something called decimal. That's the name of our variable, and we're going to give it the data type of real. What a real is basically a decimal number, a number which includes a decimal. So let me change number to 3.14 so you can see how real numbers come in. So the number which we initialized up here as an integer has a value of 3.14. So what if I were to run it? Somebody inexperienced might expect it to just toss back out the 3.14 because it's a number, right? Not really. Let's see why that is. Once again, you are going to get the incompatible type error. So this says it got an extended but expected a small integer. So this means that it got a real when it expected an integer. So now let's take a look at decimal. Decimal is a variable which we initialize as a real number, and it holds the value of 3.14. So now we want to print out decimal again down here. Let's run it. And you see, it prints out 3.14 plus this. So why is this down here? This is because the real numbers in Pascal are calculated a bit differently. So an integer will have a definite absolute value, but once you put a decimal point, your computer is going to have a tough time trying to understand that. So it contains that information inside of a variable with a real data type. That's why it's important to identify them. So what if I were to just put 3 right here, no decimal? Once again, 3 is a whole number, right? However, because it's the real data type, it's going to have a lot of difficulty understanding what it is. So if I were to do like some really complex math, if I were like a physicist and I was using Pascal to understand my data or my findings, sometimes I may want to use an integer because that's an absolute value and it won't toss decimal errors like that. So now we understand what a real number is. Next and finally, for